Hi everyone, Derek Hooper here. We're out on course today and we're looking at a downhill lie approach shot to the green. So I'm about 140 yards out and I find myself on this downhill slope hitting to an elevated green. So a couple things I've got to be aware of. When the ball's on the downslope like this, the tendency is for the ball to fly lower. So I've got to be aware of what club am I going to choose so that I can hit at the height that I need so that it lands on the green. I also want to be aware of the target I'm going to choose, so trying to hit this over an elevated bunker is probably not a best idea, and I should be choosing a little more safer target than that. In the actual hitting of the shot, I've got to be aware of how am I going to get the club on the ball so that I can get maximum elevation from the club that I'm using. Most players, when they're in a situation, tend to want to try and help the ball up in the air, and what they succeed in doing is either hitting too much turf before the ball, or they miss the turf completely and just hit the top of the ball and the ball runs along the ground. The reality is what we want to do is I'm going to move the ball back in my stance a little more than its normal ball position. So I'm going to move it back about a ½ inch to 3/4 of an inch, that's all. I'm going to make sure that when I set up, I want my shoulders to be matching the slope. So my shoulders are going to be tilted a little more in this direction, whereas if I was on a flat lie, they'd be tilted a little more this way. The other thing that I want to be aware of with this shot is I want to have the sensation that I'm swinging down the hill. So I'm trying to get the club to work down the slope so that I catch ball and then turf rather than trying to help the ball up in the air, because I've got to remember that it's the loft on the club that's going to make it go up, not me trying to help it. So to show you what that shot would then look like, ball's a little further back than it normally would for this shot. I'm going to make sure that my shoulders are a little more in this direction than normal, and then when I swing, I'm going to swing down the slope. And if I do that, I can hit the ball nice and high and land it on the green every time.